Hey guys, it's Jodi here, and we're doing a special kids cooking video today, and I'm excited about this. I've done this cooking, this actual recipe with my girls, and earlier this year I did it with some launch students. But I don't care what age you are, this is a fun, easy, cool recipe to make. Now, anytime you cook, kiddos, you gotta wash your hands first. So, and you probably have had to wash your hands 14 million times already this week. So, do you know what the rule is? You're supposed to wash your hands for 20 seconds. So that's a long time to wash your hands, isn't it? It seems like a long time anyway. But we're gonna wash our hands, and while you're washing your hands, tell me, what is your favorite smell of soap? And you can just put that in the comments section of the video. That would be kind of fun to see what your responses are. And then it's easy to dry your hand on a towel, right? Really? But if you're in a restaurant, even though you're not in a restaurant, but who knows, some of you may be working in a restaurant later on, you need to dry your hands with paper towels because you don't want to reuse what you just wiped your hands on. So that's why you don't use a regular towel. Okay, I'm gonna throw this in the trash and then we're gonna get started. Okay, so this does require a stove, so you're gonna probably need some adult supervision if you're really young, but if you're older, then you know, maybe your parents let you use the stove. So we're gonna turn our burner on between medium and high. So first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna get that going a little bit, get it good and hot, but we're gonna add some butter to our pot. And I want you to know, most of the time butter comes in a box like this. And there are sticks inside. There's 4 sticks inside. Each stick is a half a cup of butter. So for those of you who are doing fractions of math, how many cups would 4 sticks be? I'll give you a second. Okay, if you said 2 cups, you're right. Awesome. Okay, now a stick of butter has lines on it, and there's 8 tablespoons in 1 stick of butter. So we only need 3 tablespoons for this. So we're gonna use a knife, and we're gonna go 1 line, 2 line, 3 lines, and we're gonna do a cut. And that gets us our 3 tablespoons of butter. So we're gonna put this in and let it start melting. And while that is starting to melt, we're going to measure our peanut butter for this recipe. Now, an easier way to get your peanut butter or shortening or anything like that out of a measuring cup is to spray it first with ham or a cooking spray before you put your peanut butter in. And so we are using a smooth peanut butter, so no chunks of peanuts in this peanut butter. However, the great thing about cooking is it's all about creativity. So whenever you make a dish, you're the creator. You can make whatever you want. You can put whatever flavors or whatever textures you want in a dish. Now, let's be honest, it may end up being a flop, and you know, you may not like it, and maybe nobody else will like it either, but at least you've tried, right? So we're gonna put our peanut butter in and see how smooth and easy that kind of came out. There's still a little bit of residue, but not bad. So we've got a 1/4 cup. We used a 1/4 cup of peanut butter. We've got our 3 tablespoons of butter, and then I'm gonna have Andy just kind of bring the camera into the pan so you can kind of see it's starting to melt. And we're gonna add one more ingredient that needs to melt, and that's 4 cups of marshmallows. Now that's not quite a whole bag, and I'll be honest with you, sometimes I just go ahead and throw in the whole bag of mini marshmallows. So this is going to take a little bit of time for this to all melt. You're going to want to stir the whole time because you don't want this to stick to your pan. And you're going to want to use like a rubber spatula, so that way you're not scratching your pan. And it makes it easier to be able to get to the corners or the edges of the pan and get everything stirred in and get it incorporated. As you're stirring, I think that it helps it to all melt a little bit faster. Plus, for sure, it helps to keep it from burning and sticking. And that would be a total ruination of your whole little dish here that we're making. So actually what we're making is like a candy. So if you guys like candy, then this is all for you. And this is kind of fun. I really enjoy reading the book Horton Hatches the Egg. Have you ever read that by Dr. Seuss? So every time I read that book, I think of poor Horton sitting on the nest. And so that's, so we're making a little nest. And you can think of Horton, and if you have time and if you have the book, or maybe you can go online and listen to Horton Hatches the Egg. It's awesome. I love it. Okay, so we're melting pretty good here. This isn't taking very long at all. We just got a few marshmallows that are being tough here. They're not wanting to melt down and incorporate. And we're going to turn this burner down just a little bit, because I'm feeling it start to stick to the bottom of the pan a little as I'm stirring. It's starting to want to kind of stay to the bottom. We don't want that. All right. We are almost there, folks. So we're going to add one more thing. That's going to be chow mein noodles. And we need 4 cups of that. So I actually needed to put 2 cans of chow mein noodles in. Now, if your mom or dad or whoever went to the store and didn't get enough chow mein noodles, then you can waste half this recipe. So that would be a little trickier. That would take some math. Might take an adult helping you, but I know you can do it. Or you can just go back to the store and get another can. And sometimes you can find chow mein noodles not in a can. Sometimes they're in a bag when they're generic. And I'll tell you, you can put generic anything in this dish. It's not going to hurt anything. And the great thing about buying cheaper is you can buy more, so you can make more of it if you're on a budget. So I am totally turning off my burner now. And does this look like kind of twigs and sticks that you would see a bird using? Does it kind of look like it would be material made that a bird would use for its nest? Now, real birds will use hair and yarn and little pieces of material, whatever they can find to build their nests. Now, we're not going to throw all that kind of stuff in here. Nothing worse than eating something and finding a hair in it. That's bad news. Okay, so I'm going to take this off the burner, and I'm going to get a hot pad. And I am touching the handles of my pan because they're not hot. However, your pan may be hot. And I'm going to just set that right there for a second. And this is something that might be kind of fun. We're going to use our pan again, but this time we're going to use it on us. We're going to spray our pans, and then we're going to rub them together. Now, this is going to be hot, so you might want to let it cool for just a little bit, but you still want to work it where it's kind of pliable, meaning that you can bend it, okay? So we're going to just take a little handful, because we're not going to make a huge nest. And we're going to just kind of shape it like you would think a nest would look. But we're gonna put a little hole in the middle because that's where our eggs are gonna go. Think like a bird. Think where your eggs would go. Now, if you are really not that into birds, but you're into dinosaurs, you could take a really big glob and make a huge, gigantic nest if you wanted to, and get a huge, gigantic candy egg. I don't know what those candy eggs are that have like the little toys in the middle. You guys probably know what those are. I don't know what those are. But you could make a huge, gigantic nest that you could put 1 or 2 or maybe 3, 4, 5, I don't care. However many of those that you like. And if you've got a dinosaur at home, because I've never seen a dinosaur peep, you could put the dinosaur on top of it. So you can make a dinosaur egg nest if you wanted to. Because again, the thing I want you to remember from this is anytime you cook, you're the creator. So you can make whatever you want. That's the great thing about cooking. It's kind of like drawing a picture or dancing or making up a song. You get to do whatever you want with it, whatever floats your boat, because you're the one creating it. Now, again, you may sometimes have failures, but that's okay, because you know what? You've tried, you've learned, and then you know not to do that again. And this is like so fun for Easter. You may want to do this for your family Easter get-together. Okay guys, so we've got all of our nests made, and now it's time to fill them with our eggs and our peeps, our birds. So this recipe actually made 13, and so probably now that I know that, I would make a little bit bigger nest because there's only 10 peeps in a package, so I'd probably try for 10. Now, you can use any kind of little egg-shaped candies that you want. We happen to like Reese's around here, so we're gonna put, that one just has room for 1. Yeah, I could have made these a lot bigger. But you could do jelly beans, you can do little peanut M&Ms, any of that kind of stuff. So, oh, looky, here's a pink one. Oh, look, pink and a blue in that one. Maybe a boy and a girl. So you just put your eggs in. And like I said, a dinosaur egg would be just so fun. Because hopefully, maybe there's some boys out there watching that are really into dinosaurs. So you can put in the number of eggs depending on how big you make your hole in your nest. So some of these, you can tell the ones that I did later on because they have more room. Actually, you know what? I think that one could have 4 eggs in it. Okay, so even though I don't have peeps for all of them. So let's put the peeps on the bigger ones. And then they just sit on top like good little mama birds. Now, if you've read Horton Hatches the Egg, you know that Maisie was not a good mama bird. So what could be fun is if you have an elephant toy, put the elephant on top of it. And then that could be Horton. Oh my gosh, that would be so fun. Okay, guys. Here's your bird's nest eggs. This would be so fun on an Easter table. Thanks so much for watching. Share with your friends. Bye-bye.